Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with a golf prediction on this weekend's Rocket Mortgage Classic at Detroit Golf Club in Detroit, Michigan. And guys, pretty good field here for this weekend. And we're going to take a look at some of the odds here that bookmaker has released. Bryson Dechambeau here is your leader, your favorite this weekend. As you can see, he's plus 650. And if you're new to golf, that means anytime you see these numbers like 650, 1,015, that means you lay $100 to win $650. And let's take a look at some of the odds right now. Bryson Dechambeau, Bryson he's had a good couple of weeks, but I think the reason why he's getting a lot of attention right now is because of his long drives. And we know he's put on the extra weight, and everybody's talking about his bombs that he's releasing off the tee. But I think that's a public perception on why a lot of people are talking about him right now, and that's why I think he's the favorite this week. I got three nice little selections I'm going to go through right now. Once I get through these odds, Webb Simpson at $1,115 is your second runner-up. Patrick Reed, $1,515, $1,515 at number 3. Tyrrell Hatton at $1,450. Hideki Matsuyama, $1,650. Victor Hovland, $1,950. Sungjae Im at $2,015. Ricky Fowler right there at $2,850. So guys, broke down some of the stats here for this weekend. As you know, I'm a stats guy. Perception versus reality. And sometimes when you're handicapping sports, whatever sports, there's a perception about that the bookmaker knows that the public is taken in consideration, and then there's the reality of the real facts. And looking at the PGA Tour had their on their website the power ranking, and what I did is I cut and paste all their top 15 power ranking, and I put the odds beside it. And what's interesting enough, again, they have Bryson Dechambeau listed as number 3, and this is what I mean by the perception of the public putting him the favorite, because the reality is in the power rankings of PGA, and I'm going to show you some of the numbers here. And looking at the golf, the thing that I think is important in golf is birdies and bogeys. Guys who make birdies, you just keep, you got to stay with the par, because even Steven gets it, because once you start getting into bogeys, you start getting in trouble. You start making birdies, next thing you know, you give yourself a little bit of confidence, and you got yourself to make that cut on the after Friday. And if you can make the cut for Saturday and you're making birdies, you got a shot to winning on Sunday. Now, looking at the power rankings here, Tyrrell Hatton here at 1450, Webb Simpson 1115, Bryson Dechambeau like 650. This is a huge, it's almost half price here. And that's because, again, he's just blasting him off the tee, right? He's getting some good drives off the tee. And I think the strength that he's demonstrating of late is why people are talking about him right now. Victor Hovland, 1,915. Patrick Reed, 1,515. Now, looking at the rankings, look at the price difference from top to bottom. Brent Snedeker, number 15, 5,050. Kevin Na, he's been doing pretty well of late in the tournaments. He had a good tournament last weekend. 3,550. Brendan Todd, 5,450. Sungjae Im, now he hasn't played well of late. I don't know why he's getting this much respect here at 2015. Doc Redmond, now Doc Redmond was last year's runner-up here at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. In fact, the winner last year was Nate Lashley, and if you look at here, he scored 260. He was minus 25, 6-stroke lead margin of victory, and the runner-up was Doc Redmond. And Doc Redmond's going to be my long shot this week. Now, looking at Redmond in the last tournament here at the Travelers Championship, he tied for 11th. Before that, he's played, of all the 3 golfers that I have this weekend, he's the only golfer that's played the last 3 weeks. So fatigue, and Bryson Dechambeau. And that's why I don't like Bryson Dechambeau here this week. I think he's just going to gobble up some of that money. And that's what the bookmakers want. It's like the silver bullet, right? They need that guy that's going to kill the parlays or for the DraftKings. And I think Bryson Dechambeau, I think fatigue is going to kick in this week. And, he's done well. Like, tied 3rd at the Schwab Challenge. He tied 8th at the Heritage, RBC Heritage. And the Travelers Championship, he tied for 6th. So, shot not bad. 266, 267, 265. So he's averaging about 266 for 4 rounds. And you know what? He's had a pretty good run here of late. Now, the back to Doc Redmond. He tied for 58 at the Charles Schwab tournament. Didn't have really good, made the cut, but not really. 67, 70, 73, and 70. So the Saturday and Friday and Sunday wasn't a good day, but he turned it around in the last couple of outings. 21th at the RBC Heritage, 72, 66, 65, 67. So he's shooting in the 60s. And then, he went right from the Heritage to the Travelers Championship, and he tied for 11th. And he shot 68, 67, 69, and look at this one, a 63. So guys, I'm going to ride Doc Redmond here. And one thing I like to do in golf is I like to see the tournament they're at and see prior winners, because it's just some golfers just have a favorite course and do well. And I got a feeling with Redmond, and this is only the second year of the Rocket Mortgage Classic, and I got a feeling that you're going to see Redmond, with the momentum he's had from the last 3 weeks. I'm hoping fatigue doesn't kick in, but I got him as my long shot here this week. I have 3 selections. I'm going to go with my gold pick. I'm going to go with Webb Simpson this week. Webb Simpson right here. This guy, all he does is make birdies. And the thing I like, he took a break last week after winning, I believe it was the RBC Heritage. He won the Heritage. He came in, where is it, right here? So, yeah, he came in first. He shot 262, minus 22. And you know what? 65, 65, 68, and he shot a 64 at the RBC Heritage. He took a week off. One guy I wished I was in the tournament this week was Daniel Berger. Berger's been really, like the first two, he was at the Schwab and the Heritage. I was hoping he would be at the Travelers because I really like the momentum he had leading up. And, when he comes back, I'll probably give him a look. But Webb Simpson is my top choice here this weekend. $1,115 to win. And again, look at this. Averaging 4.92 birdies per 26 rounds of golf. 128 birdies he's made in 26 rounds. And his birdie to bogey ratio is not too bad, 2.67. And Bryson Dechambeau, 2.51 birdie to ratio, but look, 69 bogeys or worse, right? You look at the golfers who have done like the best birdies, the average birdie. Webb Simpson, Justin Thomas, Tyrrell Hatton. Hatton, he could be in the mix this weekend. Patrick Cantley, Patrick Reed, Daniel Berger right there. Scotty Scheffler, Alexander Schauffele, Bryson DeChambeau, not making a lot of birdies, compared to some of the top golfers. And this is why I think he's just, to me, he's just going to eat up a lot of that chalk this weekend and take away, a lot of the attention from some of the golfers like Webb Simpson, Tyrrell Hatton. And those are the guys I think that'll be in the mix this weekend. Now, my long shot is Doc Redmond at 4,250. And my old school, I always have these, sentimental feelings for the old school golfers, right? And my old school guy this weekend is Rory Sabatini. I think Rory, looking at his last couple of outings at the Charles Schwab, tied for 14th. And the thing I like is that he made the cut on every one of these tournaments. So he tied for 14th, and then had a little bit of a hiccup at the Heritage at 21. He took a week off at the Travelers. And I'm hoping, the law of average kicks in here, right? I'm a law of average guy. And I think, he had a decent tournament at the Schwab. Not a bad one here at the Heritage. And I'm hoping this weekend he has a good outing. And I'm going to take Rory Sabatini as my old school long shot here at 5,050 to win the Rocket Mortgage Classic. So there you have it, guys. That's my prediction this weekend. Birdies and bogeys. Pay attention to that, and obviously you better make par, because if you don't make par, you don't have a shot to play on Sunday. So there you have it, guys. That's my Rocket Mortgage Classic prediction. My gold pick, Webb Simpson. My long shot, Doc Redmond. And my old school classic favorite, Rory Sabatini. Have yourself a good one, guys. Good luck with your selections, and meet you at the 19th. Cheers.